where they go. They're in some kind of cyber world somewhere, but at least they're going to be recorded, so one day we might can find them. Every once in a while they pop up on my email and I can post them, but then they disappear, so I don't know. So again, the theme of XLC this year was, let me go back here, is your leadership story. You know how at Zingfling we had your story and they shared all their stories? Well, XLC is the leadership conference and they have it once a year. You have to be a director or above to attend, or you have to be given a nomination by an executive. As I said, a director or above to attend, or you can be nominated by an executive or above to attend. And it's my favorite event of all the events that we attend because it's so intimate. You know, we've got 3,000 to 4,000 people at Zingfling and, you know, probably 2,000 to 3,000 people at Zingfest. At the leadership, it's under 200. And you get that one-on-one, face-to-face interaction with the you know, the platinum executives and the ambassadors in the company and the corporate staff. I mean, they pour into you. You sit down and have a face-to-face conversation. It's very hard to do that at the bigger events, but they're so special. And then you get the round table where, you know, there's 8 people at a table and you're at a table with, you know, like Robin Packard, who was a silver ambassador making $200,000 a year that came from having $20 in her checking account. She's just like me and you. And she tells you how she built this successful empire and tells you how you can do it. You know, it's like
you meant a week. I'm sorry, you meant a month.
I don't know who she's talking to. I don't think she knew that she was unmuted. But it's just they pour into you and they tell you how they did it. So, you know, it's invaluable. And the way you get to XLC, to the Director's Invitational, is to go to these other events. Leaders are born and made at events. And the one that's coming up is Zingfest. That's the one that's in Indianapolis. It's a smaller event, so it's cheaper to go to. If you have signed up as a distributor within the last year, it's $59 to attend. The tickets right now are $99 for anyone else, and they go up in September, and they'll go up to $159. But it's $59 for you. You know, all you got to do is figure out how to get there. Chastity, I know, has got room in her room for roommates, and you can split a hotel room 4 ways. We can make it very inexpensive, but the lessons that you learn and the stuff that's poured into you is just, you cannot put a price tag on it, and it does nothing but help you build your business. So, again, this one is my favorite, and the greatest thing, this is from Curtis Call. He said the greatest thing that you can grow in your business is leaders. And then Robin Packard spoke, and I'm telling you, she's so real. She's so real and down to earth. And a couple of takeaways from her was, she said, find gritty people. Find people who need this. Find people who, you know, have a grit about them and who are, you know, have that go get them attitude and never give up attitude. And if you put a challenge in front of them, they just crush it. That's the kind of people you want to find. Expect things to happen. Don't just say, oh, I hope it does. Expect it to. People buy into a leader before they buy into the vision that you present them. So they're going to look at you. So one of the questions that was asked were, if you had a team of people that were doing exactly what you do on a daily basis, how big would your business be? You know, that's kind of stepped on a few toes, you know? So that's the kind of, if you want to be the person that if you had 20 of, your team would just soar and explode and rocket ship out of here. And then one of the things, the biggest thing she said, which is, goes back to the post I made earlier, was meetings, and more meetings. That's how she built her empire, was she had meetings. She had face-to-face, but she didn't care if one person showed up or 50 people showed up. She was going to get in front of people. And then when she had those meetings, she scheduled meetings for meetings. And I'm just like, she's like, and my thing is, oh my God, you know, that kind of gives me anxiety. I don't want to be like the Tupperware lady, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, you know, you get a prize. And she said, the way she answered it was, how are you going to build a relationship with someone with typed words? Makes sense. So my thing is if Robin Packard says have a meeting, I'm having a meeting. Yeah, I'm just going to. So I would just encourage, I don't care if it's Facebook, a Facebook Live party, do something to get in front of your prospects instead of just behind a computer screen. And then we had Nicole Ketting, and you know, she is a silver executive. She is direct to Jennifer McKinney. And she said, you always lead by example. That was one of the big themes this weekend too. Never go into management mode. Never expect your people to do something you're not willing to do, and you can't drag anyone. I don't care how good you think they are, you can't drag them to success. You can walk alongside them, you can support them, you can encourage them, you can motivate them, but you can't want it for them, and you can't drag them. Because there's been some people that I've wanted to drag kicking and screaming, and I've tried, and it just doesn't work out. And it's just wasting your time, and it's just wasting your energy, because it is exhausting trying to drag somebody that doesn't want to go. And then let me tell you who my favorite speaker was the entire weekend, and it was our new vice president of compliance. And I know you're probably thinking, compliance guy? That was your favorite speaker? Y'all. He talked about being a compliant leader. And he said the first thing you have to do is be educated. You've got to know the rules, and you've got to set and meet your goals. The second thing is be intentional. You've got to introduce the rules to your business. And I'm going to, before I do the other couple of examples, he said, the thing is about compliance is I have seen companies where the FDA came in and they were not being compliant, just completely crumble what they had built. Like people in big positions that have been there for a long time. The FDA just came in because they weren't compliant from the beginning. If we learn the rules, there's ways around everything. There's, you know, the thing is your story is your story, but you've got to figure out a way to tell your story and still be compliant to where you're not making any kind of claims or any kind of, you know, promises or, you know, telling people that they, you know, things are easy to do. You've got to figure out a way to say it where it's compliant, but still truth and still be able to get your point across. So be intentional, know the rules. And there's a compliance letter that goes out every single month, and that's on the Singular Distributor page. When you see that, read it, because it's just, again, giving you information and giving you more fuel, because knowledge is power, y'all. You've got to know, and you don't know what you don't know. So you don't want to be ignorant to these kind of things and take the risk of, you know, once you've got this huge business built and you've worked so hard building it, to have something, you know, that could have been prevented mess you up. So the third thing is be kind. Give a positive, genuine comment to your downline daily. You want to look at your downline and look at them as if they had a sign on them that says, make me feel special. And always let that be your goal every single day, is to pour in to the people who are helping you build your team. Show them that you appreciate them. Tell them how much you mean to them. Tell them how special they are to you. The next thing is become a goal achiever. Don't just say you're going to do it, do it. Words are fickle. And one of the things that that was said is, hang on, let me find this, because this was, just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. Think about that. That is a powerful statement right there, because I know there's a lot of people that work really hard, but just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. The next thing was Melissa Corbin, and she talked about trust and leading with integrity. And a few ways that she gave to build trust is listen actively, love on people, live out your message, lead by example, and leave people better than you found them. And she was talking, she was very vulnerable with us and told us about some bad stuff that she was dealing with, and things that could bring her down, and things that, that has been, just like hitting a brick wall. And you have a choice to be successful in spite of what you're going through. You just have to make that choice. Everybody deals with crap, y'all. Everybody deals with life. Everybody deals with trouble. But you have a choice to fall down and lay down and let people just trample over you, or you can get up and you can be successful in spite of whatever you're going through. Duplicate was a huge one. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. And it doesn't matter what works, it matters what duplicates. I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I've been doing this for four years. I feel like I am very equipped and I can adequately do this by myself. But I still put Monica in every single one of my coaching chats because it duplicates. Because I want the people that are under me to put me in their chats. That's the only reason. But it duplicates. I don't do what works, I do what duplicates. So that was huge. And then a couple more things. Cynthia Evans, being selfless is one of the best qualities of a leader that you can have. You always want to push people up and make them better. Praise and recognition, it's more effective to concentrate on people's strengths than to criticize their weaknesses. Success requires work, and you've got to pay the price. Big dreams have big prices, and you determine the price that you're willing to pay. It's all up to you. No one will follow a leader who asks others to do what they want, and you will duplicate yourself, good or bad. That was kind of like, oh, And then one other thing is, don't be afraid to fail. The fear of failure holds back people more than technical problems. The fear of failure can holds back more people than technical problems do. If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. And setting a goal gives you a clear direction. And then the last person that I'm going to talk about is Steve Elder. And I'm just taking just a little bit here and there, but he said, you have to have a vision strong enough to pull you where you want to go. And then vision is how we see the last step. Faith is how we take the first one. That was so profound to me, because I always say, let your faith be bigger than your fear. Because a lot of times we won't take that step because we're scared. We're scared of what's on the other side of that step, of the unknown. But you've got to be willing to at least take a step, or you're always going to stay in the same place that you're at. So that was my takeaways from XLC. And Bria and Stacy still have theirs to do, and I can't wait to hear theirs. But I just wanted to give you just some meat, just some good meat here and there. And okay, so what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about your favorite superhero. And my pastor preached on this morning, and when he was preaching, I was like, it was just like a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to tell this. I've got to figure out a way to transpose it into singular, into our business. And so if you've got a way to chat, Dawn Abbott, can you unmute yourself? Because she chats with me every week. She always puts stuff. How do you chat? How do you do it?
Well, on the bottom of your laptop, you'll see there's like little icons down at the bottom of the screen, and then there's a chat down there where you hit the record button.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, then on your phone, I think you've got to swipe, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I'm always on my laptop.
Okay, so if you can figure out how to put it in your chat or write it, then write your favorite superhero. I want to know who your favorite superheroes. It can be from the Justice League. It can be from the Avengers. It can be from, any superhero. So put down your favorite superhero. Know who it is in your head. Because then, y'all, I learned a lot. I didn't know there was this many superheroes. There's a lot of them. Apparently, I don't watch the superhero shows, but my nephew, who I called and enlisted his help tonight, told me that I need to watch them. There's like 20-something of them, and I need to watch them. So apparently he said there were life lessons in all of them that I needed to know. So a superhero, the definition of a superhero is a fictional character having extraordinary or superhuman powers. That's Webster's definition. Well, you can also add to that and uses them for the good of others, okay? If they just had the power and did not put any kind of action behind it, if they just had the power or the ability to fly, or the ability to spin their web, or the ability to, swim underwater, or whatever it is, and they did not put it into action, what would it be it wouldn't be any use to them at all. I mean, what good would it be if they didn't use it, right? So what we can learn from superheroes is what it means to take a risk. You have to work hard, and you have to fight for something you're passionate about. So I'm going to tell you some takeaways from several superheroes, and I see in the chats that we've got Catwoman, we've got Wonder Woman, we've got Wonder Woman, David from the Bible, that one's good, Captain America. So there's a lot of them. So Batman, I'm going to tell you some lessons you can learn from each superhero, okay? Batman, you stay committed to your dreams and you network. Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. The success of your organization depends on you. The Hulk, you work with your strengths. Wonder Woman, you learn a lot about values when you are forced to make difficult decisions. And with that, what I thought about was letting somebody go that you didn't want to go, what I was talking about earlier, trying to drag somebody that you know would be amazing at this and having to let them go because they don't want it for themselves. The Green Lantern, I didn't even know that was a superhero, y'all. Know what you want and don't be afraid to go after it. The Black Widow, I didn't know that was a superhero either. I'm just going to be straight up with y'all. Stay focused and don't let yourself get distracted with less important tasks. And what that made me think of was time blocking. That is something that I'm teaching myself because I am horrible. I feel like I'm just like a squirrel. I start one thing and do another thing and do another thing and go to this thing and go to this thing. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, what did I even do? So Captain America, don't sweat the small stuff. Choose your battles. And one of the things in our GMR that we did when we did the Power of Praying Wife was shut up and pray. That's what it reminded me of. Don't sweat the small stuff and choose your battles. And sometimes it's best just to keep your mouth shut. Black Panther, don't be afraid to ask for help and look for ways to support others. And ways that we can do that is by commenting on people's posts and doing calls if they ask. Batgirl, embrace your dreams and light the trail on fire. That made me think of Ursula when she says, run fast and break things. Iron Man, if you wait until you're ready to do something, it will never happen. And that made me think of getting out of your comfort zone. Just do it. Superman, know your weaknesses, but also know how to gain strength from your weakness. Thor, even when the odds are against you, push through. And the Wolverine, even if you fall, pick yourself up and keep going. And of course, we don't quit. And so each one so this is like every single one of these superheroes have this amazing power and they're fantastic and they can do these amazing things and they can help people. But even Batman has to ask for help sometimes. But there's these things called the Justice League and these groups called the Avengers. So when they all come together, in their separate groups, but when they all come together, and I just learned this too, there's like half of these are Avengers and half of these are Justice League. But when they come together as one and fight as a group and fight as a team, they are unstoppable, they are unbreakable, and they're unbeatable. And it's just like a rope. Each one of us, it makes me think of this team because each one of us is like a strand, like one strand of a rope. And when we weave that rope together, it makes us stronger. Instead of trying to just go off on our own and, think we have to be on our own. We don't have to do that. This team is amazing. We have amazing support. We all love each other. We all care about each other. We all want to see each other succeed. And each time we do something for somebody else, that rope just gets tighter and tighter. And it becomes, you can't break a rope, y'all. You can't pull it apart. I mean, you just can't. It makes us stronger together. Even though each one of us are individual and each one of us are amazing on our own, and each one of us have, separate abilities, and we all have different strengths. When we bring everybody together as a team and we are unified and we love on each other and support each other, we are stronger and we are unbreakable and we are unbeatable. And that's what that was the lesson that I wanted to give you that I've been so excited about today, because it's just like I was listening to him talk about these superheroes, and I thought about like each one of you when he was talking. And I told you I was going to tell you my favorite superhero, and y'all are my favorite superhero. Each one of you have a separate ability and have a separate superpower. And in my eyes, all of you guys are just amazing. And I would not be where I'm at. This team would not be who it is without each and every one of you. You all, from the one that just started yesterday to Luann, who's been with me the longest. Every single one of you are unique, and you're necessary for the success of not only your business but this entire team. And I am so appreciative of all of you. And y'all don't even know, you will never know what you all mean to me and how you've all changed my life, and not just because of Singular, but individually. I learn from all of you. I get something different from each one of you every time I talk to you, and I'm just very, very thankful for each one of you. And does anybody have anything? That's all I got today. So I'm glad everybody joined. I hope everybody got something out of this. Does anybody have anything, any shout outs or anything? I just want to shout out the 5 people that went to XLC. It was, it took a lot of money. It took a lot of time away from their family, but I know that they all grew. I saw them physically grow while we were there, and I saw them with a fire, come back with a fire, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen with that. So does anybody have anything?
Melissa, you're our superhero too.
Oh, I love you.
You help us so much, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without you.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right, does anybody else got anything? God, it's 9:30. I was thinking this is going to be an hour-long meeting tonight. I'm so excited. Anybody have anything they want to say? Last chance.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, this is a minor digression. I keep hitting Debbie privately, asking her how to donate, and I haven't heard back from her. Is there any way somebody can hit me on that or whatever? I totally would like.
Yes, you can send it through PayPal to singularadventure@gmail. You can find me on PayPal or on Venmo. Somebody else will have to tell you how to do my Venmo because I have no idea.
Okay, can I wait till after the thing, or do you want me to do it now so I can be part of the drawing? Or that's what
we're probably, Nancy's just getting back, so it's probably going to be sometime next week before we draw. I'll send you a link.
Okay. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Anybody else got anything?
Hey, Melissa, real quick. You got any details on the city meeting where it's going to be?
Well, I'm hoping it's going to be at the Homewood. What's the place we always have it at? In Cartersville, right on Main Street in Cartersville.
Oh, that hotel?
Yeah.
Um,
That's where I'm hoping it's going to be. They're going to the girl from corporate is going to be setting that up. So somewhere in Cartersville though, because that's centrally
Okay.
located to everybody, and
Okay.
you know that's where we have had the most success. So that's
Okay.
where we're going to do it. The training is going to be in Kennesaw at our office. I've already talked to Charles. He had to step off, but we've already got that reserved. So that's where our training is going to be. And I'm just going to tell you, my next grandbaby is due August the 14th.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just, if she's having a baby, y'all ain't seeing me. I'm just going to say. And, but hopefully she won't have it. But yeah, that's where it's going to be at. And we're going to get some, we will have a city meeting special too. So it'll be a product given away with the system. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you for reminding me of that. And I know Chastity's having a meeting in Fort Oglethorpe Thursday night. Is anybody else having meetings this month? If you haven't gotten one, that will take you to the next level.
Well, Dana is having her first Facebook meeting on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to help her. Kendra and I are helping her, and I'm still going to be at the beach, but I brought my gigantic, obnoxious socialite light so that I would have good professional lighting. I almost was like, no, I don't want to bring it. I thought, I cannot have bad lighting on her first meeting. So,
well, if you want to open that up, I'm sure a bunch of us would get in and support you on that.
Oh, sure. I could open that up.
That would be awesome. And if y'all haven't seen how one works, that would be a good opportunity for you to pour in, to get poured into. Anybody else? All right. Y'all, I love y'all so much. And I declare Ephesians 3:20 over the X team. God is going to do exceedingly abundantly more than we can think or ask. Because we honor him, his blessings will chase us down and overtake us. We are in the right place at the right time, and I declare a boldness to rise up in us. God will open up supernatural doors for us. People will seek us out. We will rise in the ranks, and we will give him glory and praise for it. This is my declaration over all of you, and I love y'all so much, and I hope y'all have a fantastic night, and go get them this week. We're almost to the end of the month, so let's go.
Night, y'all.
Good night.